19 people are still missing after a deadly explosion at a Tennessee military supplier. A devastating explosion at a Tennessee military supplier plant has left at least 19 souls dead or missing. The massive blast that occurred at the Accurate Energetic Systems facility in the Buck Snort area just before 8 a.m. local time rocked the close-knit community in Humphreys County and neighboring Hickman County. We do believe several people at this time are unaccounted for. We are trying to be mindful of families in that situation. We do have some that are deceased. I can tell you right now that we're looking for 19 individuals. And a lot of times when I have this type of situation, I refer to them more than just a person. They're a soul to me. I can tell you that we are missing 19 souls. An official death toll has not yet been given by authorities. Davis said at a later press conference that he personally knew 3 families impacted by the blast, and he described the task of informing grieving loved ones as hell. We're small counties, and when you have small counties like this, we know each other, we communicate with each other, and we love each other. The video from the scene showed the remains of the plant, much of which was still on fire, with thick black smoke also visible. The 8-building facility is located around 60 miles southwest of Nashville. The sheriff said it was one of the most devastating scenes he ever seen. When asked to describe the building where the explosion happened, he responded, "There's nothing to describe. It's gone." He later told reporters that the explosion, which was felt miles away and showed up on weather radar, left a half-mile square of debris, with some of the wreckage found off-site. First responders couldn't enter the plant at first because of continuing detonations. There was no further danger of explosions, and the scene was under control by Friday afternoon. The cause of the explosion remains unknown as a search of the property and investigation into the blast will continue throughout the night. Tennessee residents reported hearing the blast from miles away. Bianca Holt, who lives around 15 miles from the plant, says she thought we were at war and that I was going to die. I was standing in my bedroom. It shook the whole house. I thought it was going to blow out my windows. It didn't, but that's how big it was. Tennessee Governor Bill Lee wrote on X Friday afternoon he was monitoring the situation and asked Tennesseans to join us in prayer for the families impacted by this tragic incident. Accurate Energetic Systems has supplied ammunition and explosives, including landmines and C4, to the military, largely the Army and Navy. Friday's explosion marked the second of its kind in less than a decade. In April of 2014, a fire at that plant killed 1 man and injured 4 others. Since 1986, it's just awful that these people lost their life like that.
Could be happening right now.
We talked for just a minute. Myself and Sheriff Kraft will be able to answer those. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is probably one of the most. No, not rolling yet, please. This is probably one of the most devastating scenes that I've ever seen in my career. That's 36 years. I'm trying to be mindful when I talk to y'all today and do this. I'm trying to be very mindful of our families and our victims, okay? So please be patient with me on that. All right, y'all ready? Everybody ready? All right. So at this time, we have been able to confirm that we do have 19 souls. That we're looking for. So, excuse me, I ask you to keep in mind those families. This is probably one of the most devastating sites, I think, Sheriff Kraft and I was talking about. It's probably been one of the most devastating situations that I've been on in my career. As far as the scene goes, we do feel that the scene is secure. We have ATF, FBI that are handling the scene as far as the investigative part, trying to figure out and recreate or figure out what actually happened to cause this. Do I see a short-term explanation? No. Do I see us being here for many days? Yes, I do see that. We've got we've got the bomb squad from Metro Bomb Squad here. I don't really want to get in to start naming all the agencies. I'm scared I'll miss somebody. We've got TBI, Bomb and Arson here. They're all working together. It's one of the things that I'm very happy to see is all of these agencies. It's not just one, but we've come together and we're making the very best team effort that we can to move forward. Please keep in mind that these families, and I've said it up front, I said it to start with, that's where our thoughts and prayers need to go right now. And we've just got to take one day at a time or 1 hour at a time. We're processing things. We're finding out more information. We're trying to figure out, maybe the cause of this. There's not going to be a short explanation for that. I know I may have repeated myself there a little bit. Forgive me, but we're all tired and trying to put together the best effort we can and remember the families and who we're working for. I do want to touch on Accurate Energetic. They are here with us. The facility's here with us. They have discontinued operations. They're focusing on their families, their employees. They're focusing on the next things that they need to do to try to make everything best for their people. We've got critical incident folks on the scene. I'm just sitting here trying to think through the scene. We got the critical incident people here for the families as well as some of the first responders. For those of you that don't know, it was about 7:45 a.m. this morning that this explosion happened. We had a really amazing response from the first responders, fire, and here again I commend those first responders because it was multiple jurisdictions. They worked together. They got the situation under control very quickly and safely. And when you see or you pull up to the things that they were seeing and doing and having to do at the time, they done very, very well. And anybody any questions?
Sir, you mentioned the word souls earlier. Can you tell us how many people have lost their lives?
I can tell you that we've had, there are fatalities. Do I want to put a number to that? Because I always, and those of you that have known me in the past, I always wish for the best. Is there a possibility that somebody might be injured somewhere or somebody that we don't know about? Yes. I can tell you right now that we're looking for 19 individuals. And a lot of times when I have these types of situations, I refer to them more than just a person. They're a soul to me. So we're trying to, I can tell you that we're missing 19 souls right now.
Sheriff, I was wondering how many people were working at the time and how many people were taken to the hospital.
I don't think there was, I think 4 to 5 individuals that was taken, maybe even by POV. I can't talk about the ambulance part of that. And forgive me for some of those early questions and not being able to answer them. We've concentrated so hard on getting the scene secured, getting things moving, taking care of basically the security, getting the personnel that we need here that I can't answer some of those early questions. So forgive me for that. I don't want to give the appearance that I'm avoiding that.
Have you had a chance to see the building and can you describe it?
Can I describe the building? There's nothing to describe. It's gone. It's, again, it's the most devastating scene that I've seen in my career.
Sheriff, do you know what kind of work they did in that building specifically?
I do not, ma'am. I do not. I'm not familiar with day-to-day operations of that.
I see a lot of family members. They're waiting. Are they waiting for confirmation about if their family member is missing, or what communication are you having with them right now? We have communicated with the family. We've done it twice. We wanted to get some solid information because we was sliding a little bit in information that we were receiving and from past experience from the flood and those kind of things that we wanted to make sure
that we had the information, the correct information that we needed to talk with. So yes, we have spoke with families. Again, Accurate Energetics is taking care of those families and trying to do everything that we can to comfort them and get them the information as quick as we have it.
I know it's early in the investigation, but does it appear it's accidental or intentional?
I can't answer that. And it's something that's a good question. And the reason I say that's a good question, in law enforcement, we have one opportunity. And that's the reason why you see a lot of things that we have to do in law enforcement. We have to make the worst assumption. We have to make that and prove it a way that it is an accident. So we only have one chance at the evidence. We only have one thing or one chance to be able to do the things that we need to do. And we're going to be slow, methodical, and diligent and do everything that we can to make sure this is what it is. And there again, we're working for those families and those people that were in that building to make sure we get, if they deserve justice, we want to be in a situation that we get them justice. And that's how we have to approach these situations.
And there was another report that there was a destructive explosion in 2014 in the same building that was operated by Rio Ammunition. Can you confirm that and tell me if there's some kind of trend going on?
Rio was on the facility. That did happen here. I was here during that time. I don't believe that it was at that current facility at all. Yes, ma'am, you had a question.
That was my question, is do you have any information about a previous explosion at this facility?
You have to remember this is a huge compound, and there's a couple of different businesses that may operate within this facility. So I don't want to get in too much to the operation of the facility because they are a very delicate operation, and we have to maintain that.
Sheriff, I had heard some comments earlier about fallout outside the campus area from the blast early on.
Yes, sir.
Is that something you can remember?
There may be some debris that went over the fence. I don't think that we're too far from one of the property lines, and there may be some debris that's on another property here.
Sheriff, you said the scene was secure. Does that mean it's stable and first responders have been able to access this?
It means that the scene is stable. The ATF and the FBI are on that. They are methodically moving through the location of the explosion.
Sheriff, I'm not sure if you know this, but was at 7:45 was the plant up and running, or were people just arriving for work? Do you have any idea?
I believe the plant was up and running. Last question.
Have you been able to speak to any families directly, and if so, what are you telling those families?
We have spoke to the families directly, and we told them that we're going to be very transparent with them and get them the information and try to answer every question that they have the best we can. It's going to be a very slow process. Sheriff Kraft, do you want to? Anything?
I agree.
May I ask you a favor? Would you repeat that louder, please?
A lot of different departments have shown up there. Did you guys contact them, or did they contact you?
We contacted them. I think Sheriff Kraft and I both got information about this very quickly. I don't mind telling you from the prior experiences here with the Rio and the questions that y'all had, I immediately picked up the phone and called Commissioner Long, and I said, this is what I've got, this is where I'm going, because we are in a bad cell range, we are in a bad location, and Commissioner and I are personal friends, and he helped me get the agencies here that we needed and rapidly. So that was one of the things that I'm very thankful to him for that and that relationship as well. All right, last question. I think I might have said that. Anybody?
Well, Sheriff, I'm curious. After Waverly, another tragedy. Just talked about at the beginning, but just how are you feeling? How's the community doing after another tragedy like this?
My friend, I can't answer that, and forgive me for saying that. I can't answer that right now because he and I and the people from this facility, Mr. Stinson, we've concentrated so much on what is here right now and getting this stable, secure, and taking care of the people here that I hadn't been able to have any kind of feedback from the community. So I'm sure that I'll start hearing some things. We'll start interacting with things as time goes through this. And again, this is not going to be, we're going to close this up tonight. It will probably be here 3 or 4 days from now, 5 days from now. It wouldn't surprise me at all if we're here next week. But we're just, again, we got to go slow, methodical. So forgive me, I don't mean to avoid that question, but we just can't, I can't answer it right now because I don't know.
I do have one more question. I know you were kind of being really
Yes, ma'am. We will confirm that. And like I can say right now, the list that we have right now, we are missing 19 souls.
But we're not confirming that some of them were just missing. You can't confirm which ones have actually been accounted for.
I cannot tell you who's been accounted for.
What are the next steps for you?
Good question. Right now, honestly, we're having to go hour by hour. We're having to take things hour by hour. We're having to take developments that's going on. We're operating this as, for lack of better words, and I don't want to say two different scenes, but we're letting them take care and doing the things that they need up there where the incident occurred. And we're taking that information, compiling what the needs are, and setting goals that we're trying to reach as we go. So to answer that, we're on that hour by hour situation.
When do you think we'll have more firm numbers about the number of people being treated?
Ms. Gray, if you don't mind, what time was we going to come back together? 4 p.m. I'm hoping by 4 p.m. that we can be able to tell you more information about that. So it's there again, it's not that I'm avoiding it, it's that we're getting information as we go, and that's why I want to try to maybe do these every hour or every couple of hours to be able to answer your questions. Okay? Again,
Is there some kind of list of missing people that you can potentially access? So this is one woman at Colleen or some on that missing people list. I don't know if it's the media is privy to.
I don't have that available for the media at this time, and we're still working with that. There again, because there's some of the delicate information, we're trying to confirm that every family's been notified, and we've got 110% have got to make sure that that's happened. The Sheriff Kraft and I have even said if there's somebody that we can't get a hold of, we're going to send officers and along with accurate energetic staff to make sure that we go out and find that. So excuse me, we're trying everything we can do to take care of the people. Fair enough?
Hey, Chris, in years past, you've asked media to help in different aspects. Is there anything we can do to assist at this time?
Burton, I really appreciate you commenting on that. In putting things out here, we had some early pictures that was released, and man, I'm just asking you to be mindful of these families. This is a huge ordeal. It's a very devastating ordeal, and I'm not talking about devastating on the scene. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about devastating in the fact of a loved one that just come to work and now may be missing or deceased. So please keep that in mind when you're having or doing these stories. These stories, we often find ways that we try to turn things into negative. This is a bad situation. This is a negative situation. But there's no reason for us to take the downward spiral or the downward side of this story when it comes to these families. So I'm all about that, and I'll always be about that. I think Sheriff and I both will always be about that. So thank y'all. I appreciate it.
No doubt a major tragedy out in Tennessee. The official there talking about how they are still missing 19 souls and still trying to make confirmation with other family members. But again, 19 are missing from this blast. And we just heard there from the official that it does not look good at all. And the one reporter asked, what can you tell us about the building? And he says, there's nothing to tell you. It's gone. And very, very sad there. And it looks like in about 90 minutes, they might have another news conference and another update. So we'll keep an eye for you out in Tennessee as that investigation and search does continue.